Okay, so this is the go home show for the last network special a la pay per view Roadblock End of the Road. And this was a prime example as to why, when I was in college, I would drive 3 hours to catch like a house show. And now, even though there's a double shot next week. Is it next week? No, it's the week after next. There's a double shot in Chicago, like the days after Christmas, and I can't bring myself to drive an hour and a half for a double shot because they're doing Raw and SmackDown. We begin with the tag team title match. Cesaro, the Club, New Day, nice chemistry. Cesaro looked like $1 billion. Whether it was doing a suicide dive to the outside, they're doing a right uppercut, doing a double stomp, going to the top and doing a high cross body, he looked phenomenal in this match. No shade to AJ Styles. But this match again hits the triple threat sort of chaotic finish where it's like, random tag in from behind. Kofi hits the Trouble in Paradise. Is able to get, to knock out one of the guys. But after Anderson ended up eating the I hold you running brogue kick, kind of like the old heart attack, gets the victory. They then do their celebration in the back. Xavier Woods accidentally sprays his champagne load all over Steph. Steph hucks a bowl of Booty-O's so hard you don't hear it land. Alright. Kevin Owens actually weasels in to get a talk with Steph about some things. Later in the Rollins report, Kevin Owens doesn't get to the ring because he doesn't want to. And then says that the New Day has another match against Kevin and Chris. Kevin and Chris then attack Seth. Roman Reigns comes down to the boos of the crowd. They lay them out. And then all of a sudden, the tag team titles are defended in another triple threat match. New Day versus Owens and Jericho versus Rollins and Reigns. And this match is just the pop-up powerbomb to Codebreaker. That should have been the finish. I mean, they should have ended the New Day's reign with Kevin and Chris, then had them implode as being the tag champs. But instead, just the random chaos, and again, it's a solid match that ends with, after the nice super Codebreaker, Owens is trying to hold Rollins down. Rollins pushes Owens into Jericho. They have their big implosion. And then they keep on having their big implosion. And, end up getting a pedigree. At which point Xavier Woods does like a quick arm over. 1, 2, 3. They retain. They will tie and then break the record, I think, on Wednesday. Jericho and Owens are getting into it in an argument. And he's like, oh, you better turn around. He eats a spear, to the crowd being relatively dead for the finish. So the tag champs will take on, we'll find out throughout the week. And Rollins, his feud with Jericho is, I have to beat Jericho so I can face Kevin Owens, so then I can face Triple H. I'm like how he's laying it out, which is good. Reigns doesn't show up with the U.S. Championship very much. I'm almost surprised they didn't give Reigns and Rollins the win, and then have Reigns win on Sunday. And then that Royal Rumble, when they do their first ever match, he would then take on Charlotte for the women's title. Therefore, Charlotte would lose her pay-per-view streak, and Roman Reigns would have all the belts on Raw. Speaking of the women's division, Sasha and Charlotte, they had the video package. Bayley again took on Alicia Fox because Bayley gave Cedric Alexander a bear last week. And their match was bad. Their timing was horribly off. Bayley to belly, Bayley gets a good pop from the crowd. Crowd dies during the match. Got to go back for the Bayley to belly. So currently for the tag division, the New Day will lose to Sheamus and Cesaro, who will then feud with the New Day and maybe the Club, because that's their only legitimate tag teams, kind of. In the women's division, it's Sasha and Charlotte, and Bayley gets a lot of cheap victories. No Nia Jax, no Dana. Emelina was supposed to debut but didn't. Okay. Cruiserweight's got some matches. Lindsay Dorado took on Daivari. The match ended with probably one of the best run-ins of all time. Jack Gallagher comes down to the ring with a live mic, and he's like, I wish to declare my intentions to interfere in this match. And the crowd kind of pops for it. He's that gentleman, he's let you know that he is going to give you a thrashing because you're a scoundrel. At which point he then, of course, attacks Daivari, leading to a disqualification. But the crowd seems to kind of pop for him. He's the hybrid of Daniel Bryan and Sheamus, shrunk down. But I'm like, yeah, that's good. They're doing something with him. They did a three-way interview in the back with Rich Swann, the Brian Kendrick, and TJ Perkins. Rich Swann, solid promo out of the cruiserweights. Brian Kendrick, solid promo. TJ Perkins is talking at the microphone in front of his face. TJ Perkins, now with hipster glasses, but they did fix his little entrance wrap. You know it has the title on him. Takes on the Brian Kendrick. Kendrick gets a victory. The crowd is relatively dead for this match. The cruiserweights they're very much there, the old Divas division. They're having more time in the ring and they're putting on some solid matches. Just the crowd seems to pop a little bit, but the crowd doesn't seem to really be invested in the people who are wrestling. It's not really going anywhere. It doesn't help too that you got someone like Rollins who's suicide diving over everything and doing top rope moves. Then the cruiserweights are like, hey, it's a smaller guy doing the same moveset as Seth Rollins. Or AJ Styles. Or Xavier Woods doing a top rope, walking on the top rope, almost coast to coast elbow. Braun Strowman destroys Curtis Axel. And then it cuts a promo. It's like, no one lasts 2 minutes with me. It's like, solid promo. Sami Zayn is like, you know what? I want Braun Strowman. Foley. Nope. You better trade me. Zayn takes on Jinder Mahal. Jinder Mahal gets him some nice offense. Zayn beats him. Foley comes out. He's like, listen, got the contract drawn up. I'm going to trade you to SmackDown for an equivalent talent. He's like, give me Strowman. No. He goes, fine, I'll sign. He goes, don't you know the talent I'm cheering you for is? He goes, don't care. He goes, Ava Marie. At which point, Zayn flips. I'm worth 100 Ava Maries, 1,000 Ava Maries. Like, all because you won't give me Strowman. He's blowing up in Foley's face. And Foley is like, that is what I wanted to see. He's like, you're a nice guy, you've got potential, but do you have that fire, that drive, that passion, that anger? Like, take the anger, that rage, but bottle it up, double it, because you will need that on Sunday when you face Braun Strowman for a 10-minute match. And it was one of the best babyface fire promos that I have seen, period. Those two guys, we came into his face, and he was like, that's what I wanted. I want this. I want this. It was, you can tell the crowd got so brought into it. That is easily the highlight of this. I walked my buddy Ed, and I was like, you know what he should do? He should walk in back and walk past Owens, Jericho, Rollins, Reigns. I'm like, all right, guys, beat that. Beat that promo. When it comes to the men's matches, I'm actually more invested in Strowman Zayn than Jericho Rollins. It's going to be a great match, but the build-up is I have to destroy you to get to your no longer best friend. Rollins Owens, it's going to be a solid match, but Reigns Owens, it's going to be a solid match, but meh. If Owens wins I want to see him defend against Jericho at Royal Rumble. I'm almost thinking they would have been better off, you know, if Owens retains. I would really love to see them do a fatal 4-way. Put the 4 of those guys in a match. That way, then Owens has no friends. Raw lost Chamber to SmackDown, so do that. It'll be your workhorse match. It'll be great. Rusev and Lana came down. They're like, we're going to see the behind-the-scenes footage of what happened. So we're going to have Rusev crush Lana. And he was like, no, we're not seeing that. Instead, we're going to watch me beat up Enzo again. And you can tell Rusev's having fun. And Rusev is smiling. He's like, do you want to see it? Yes. Yes. Do you want to see it? Do you want to see the weird, nasty, freaky things I do with Lana? And the crowd's going nuts. And he's like, no, because you're stupid Americans. You'll never see it. And I was like, he's good. He's so good at what he does. Then Cass comes down. And they have a brawl. Alright. Cass, Rusev. We can be behind that match. It works. You know. Enzo ran his mouth. Got a fist in it. Okay. That's a workable, salvageable match. But Roadblock just seems weak. The half an hour Iron Woman match? Sure. It's going to be a good match. But this is the third feud ending match they've had. Hell in a Cell. It's a feud ender. The Falls Count Anywhere no DQ match. It's a feud ender. Iron Man. The last matches they have left to do are 3 Stages of Hell, ladder match, TLC match, table match. Well, actually, no, they did a tables match recently. So ladder match. So you have TLC, ladder, chamber match, 3 Stages of Hell. They haven't done an elimination match with them yet. War Games, Royal Rumble, Reverse Battle Royal, King of the Mountain match, Steel Asylum match. I mean, they've got some matches they haven't done yet to be first of their kinds, but I'm done with this feud. It's going to be a great match, but half the card, it's going to be a great match, but I don't care. The Sami Zayn match with Strowman is like, well, will he last 10 minutes and not be destroyed? Will he get a cheap victory? Will he be killed? What's the fallout from that? And that seems like it has a much bigger weight than any of the championship matches.